Hey, what's up, family? Hope you're having well, I guess at this point, you've had a good day. And if you haven't had a good day, just know that it gets better. The worst is behind you. Tomorrow has yet to be created. So our thoughts shape our reality. So sorry, as you can see, well, I don't know how it really comes out, but it's rather late in the evening. I'll say it's roughly about 7 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast, so as we go into the fall, one of the things I definitely am not looking forward to are the shorter days, because it decreases the amount of time that I'll be able to get out and walk just with my schedule and everything. So, but today wanted to come out because it has been a little bit since I've made a video last, and I apologize for that. I'm not coming on here just to talk about things. I'm talking about my life and my experiences, and just like all of you, I go through my own journeys and valley of the shadow of death, as they say. So, and definitely have been doing that for the past bit since I haven't been making any videos, and had a really good experience last week, and just kind of talk about it a little bit. So part of what I've been working on right now is, I would say, a little bit still some of the abandonment wounds being there from not having parents that are emotionally available. So not to put it on them, but obviously, like I always say, and I've come to understand, it's not, people don't per se want to be like that. It's all about the level of healing that they've attained within themselves. So if they're battling things just like we are, the difference is we're the ones that's built, I would say, to a degree. I don't even want to say built like that, because I don't even want to take power away from them. So it just comes certain people in the generations in the bloodline that will put the work in, sees what need to be fixed, and put that work in order that future generations and legacies don't have to go through those same trials and tribulations. So that's really what I'm on the journey for. And well, I wouldn't say just for that, but definitely for myself. But it's really to ensure that when I do have a family, that, as I have always said in previous videos, I want to be the best person that I can be, not only for myself, but for my partner, as also for my children. So last week I took a trip out of town just by myself, and I've never been on vacation, really, for the most part. I think I went on vacation one time, and it was to take somebody out to Miami for their birthday. So outside of that, our trips and vacations growing up were basically driving from where we lived in the Midwest back home on the East Coast. So it was about 11-12 hour drive. So with that being the case, sorry, I got something to eat, some Five Guys, and as I was walking in, my bag wound up ripping. So that's kind of part of the story I'll tell later on. So, but in essence, going back and forth, because it was such a long drive, our vacations every year consisted of just driving back from the Midwest to the East Coast to visit family. And then once we visit family, going back home. So it wasn't really a vacation. I decided that it was time for me to take one. Was playing with AI and my natal chart and other websites that go into what they call astrocartography. So lo and behold, I did that to figure out some lines. One of the closest lines to me was in regards to my moon line. I'm still learning about it, so I'm by no means an expert. So, but I saw my moon line was near this city in eastern North Carolina. So lo and behold, I went on AI, kind of typed some stuff in. It gave me some recommendations as far as where to go stay. So I went, booked a trip there, never been there before, didn't know anything about the place, didn't really do any research on the place, just booked it, and it was interesting. And I'll do a video later kind of diving more into that subject. But in essence I took my very first vacation in a place that was synced up with my moon line on my astrocartography chart. So needless to say, you can do some research. as far as what that represents and what that's supposed to awaken in you, so to speak. So, but it was definitely an emotional time, and definitely interesting, full of synchronicity. So came back, just got back on Saturday. So really, today's Sunday, October 5th, I want to say this. Yeah, 4th was on Saturday, so today's the 5th. So basically just got back, and definitely feels the energy from when I left to when I came back, as far as how things were. It definitely feels kind of weird. I can't really put my finger on it. So in essence, that's why I'm out here walking, because anytime I feel a weird energetic imbalance or something heavy going on, especially energy that I don't feel like is mine, because especially when I'm in a good mood and then all of a sudden I start feeling depressed, or I start feeling any other kind of way that isn't typical of what I was feeling within the last couple of minutes. So it's just started to have one of those moments as I had an idea to go get me some Five Guys, as I was saying, and come out here. There's a waterfall that I really like to sit by and just kind of zone out, because I have this connection for water. So anytime I'm near it, just definitely feels at home. So anyways, I had an idea, bring the food out here, sit down on the waterfall or beside the waterfall and eat my meal and just kind of take a look at the sunset. So, and didn't get a couple steps within the place where I'm at, and all of a sudden my bag just rips and falls to the ground. And, you know, I could have gotten mad, could have got upset, but part of what I'm working on, especially with meditating, is I've found that it's really helped me to further control my emotions and have that deeper emotional intelligence. So, you know, I wanted to get part of me, the old Brandon definitely would have been like, you know, flipping the shit, you know, being upset, mad. But the new perspective and just looking at it just kind of started laughing, because when I looked at it, yes, the bag did tear, but it was funny because the bag tore in such a way that even though it fell out of my hand and it fell on the ground, none of the food touched the ground. Like, all the food was in the bag, basically, just like it was. And if anybody knows how Five Guys is, they stack a bunch of French fries, or at least they used to. So, but they still stack extra fries in the bag. So I just got a chuckle at that, the fact that the bag tore, but none of it fell in such a way and tore in such a way that none of the food spilled, and I still could carry on with my meal. You know, nothing that was on it, you know, my ketchup, everything, you know, was still good to go. So it just kind of gave me some insight as far as, one, how far I've come, as well as looking at last week, just that journey in itself. But just got me thinking about, you know, what is something that you do that whenever you feel the energy getting heavy, or you feel that you're down and somebody's trying to project, or, you know, and just getting those heavy emotions and those heavy feelings. So that's it. I mean, just wanted to come out and make a quick one, because definitely something that I enjoy walking out here, and just wanted to touch base with everyone and just see how you were all doing, and just let you know I was thinking about you. So, but definitely we'll get back to making some more. Got some definitely thoughts that I should have written down, but I will kind of go back and take a look at just different downloads and stuff that I got as far as subjects, especially reflecting and looking back what I've been going through in the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, since I made my last video, to be able to connect with everyone and go from there. So, but definitely appreciate you, and definitely love you guys. Hope everything's going well. So a lot of stuff going on, especially if you're in the United States right now. I'm on the East Coast in any form of government, so not anything political whatsoever. Just wishing everyone well and safekeeping. So love you guys. Definitely let me know what you like to do when it comes to rebalancing your energy whenever you feel those heavy moments, and maybe even some funny instances like my bag ripping and falling down. So, I wish I could kind of show it to you the kind of the way it is, but it's definitely all ripped up. So if you see me bend it down from time to time, it's because something is falling out. I'm definitely not littering and trying to litter some other guys. So, but all right, everyone, definitely missed you guys, missed you gals, missed you everyone, and love you and hope you're doing well. So I love you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.